Boy, I'm fighting for my life over here. I feel like I need to go out and do something because my mind is trying to kill me. And if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys. Every day I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. I am fighting for my life. Where do these thoughts come from? I don't know. I have no idea.
Time to go. But don't worry, we'll be back very soon. Hang on to your hats, folks, because you ain't seen nothing yet.
Why would I make them so uncomfortable?
It probably has to do with your reputation.
Reputation? I have a reputation?
They feel your methods, your theories are...
Spooky? Do you think I'm spooky?
L. Ron Hubbard wrote a thing called fair game, where you can lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly. Now, it's very hard for people to really understand that they mean that, but they do. And some of the examples they've done with me, they've broken into my house, they've flattened my tires, they've lied about me, there's tons of lies on the internet about me, and many, many other people that have exposed their abuses. That's fair game.
Tuesday, September the 23rd, Tyra's body get found by her family. The report says suicide. That's the headlines. That's the story they push. But Tyra wasn't just anybody. She was a targeted individual. She had history. A former Miss Universe Jamaica contestant. Someone who had the kind of beauty that gets you noticed, gets you in the room, but also makes you a target. And if you pay attention, you see the pattern. A lot of these pageant girls, models, women who shine too bright, they either fighting heavy depression or in their lives and having their life cut short. Labeled suicide, every time is wrapped up as mental health. But behind the curtains is something much deeper than that. See, when you look that good, when you got the kind of attention, jealousy comes with it. Envy comes with it. People don't like watching someone win just off their presence alone. And some folks got the power, connections, and the dirty tools to make life hell for somebody, anybody. And we're talking plausible deniability, untraceable moves, nothing that points back to them. It looked like coincidence, like bad luck, but it ain't. Give the person, the wrong person, power, and they'll use it to destroy whoever they can't stand. And when they got backing from people in high positions, it's open season. They can settle grudges, break someone down piece by piece, and walk away clean. That's the world we in. Jealousy plus power equals silent warfare. And for people like Tyra, I believe that's exactly what happened.
My experience. And it's a little... Not a little, it's a lot unbelievable, actually. It's really, really unbelievable. But I think when I post that video, you guys will see why I resigned. And it seems as if I just, started this whole YouTube thing, and then I just decided to resign. But no, that's not the reason why. Because I literally don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I don't have a plan. But I feel like when you guys hear the story, you'll understand. You'll understand, I believe. Because my life has actually been really crazy. Super, super, super crazy lately. Not just lately, like the past 2 years. Just pure madness. I really don't know what I'm going to do, you know? Like, you guys are seeing, like, my life happening in real time.
Can you even picture how many people get put on that list for nothing? Petty, meaningless reasons, just because of their looks, their height, their body, their talent, their creativity, their smile, the kind of energy they walk in with, things they didn't even ask for. Can you imagine the numbers? Man, it's probably through the roof. This program, it's like playing God with people's lives. They flip the switch as they see it fit. Without it, they'll be forced to sit in their own insecurity, their own inferiority. They have to accept the fact that some people shine brighter. Some people are naturally better. And there ain't nothing they can do about it. That would eat them alive. So instead of facing themselves, they hide behind this system. They use it to cut down people who never did anything but exist. Truth is, without the program, the same ones putting people on it would probably be the ones breaking down, maybe even ending it all, because they wouldn't have the means to obstruct or sabotage anyone. They'd be stuck dealing with their own bitterness, their own failures, their own lack of accountability. And that's the irony. The ones who are destroying lives are usually the one who can't face their own. Before Tyra passed, she had put out a few videos talking about how she was feeling and what she was going through. Listening to her, I knew right away this was somebody in the program. I've been in my whole life, been aware of it for over 10 years, and I can say with 100% certainty that she was in it too. The scary part, she didn't even know. And that's what makes it dangerous. This program can mess with your head so bad you can't tell what's real and what's fake anymore. It pulls you out of reality, drags you down dark paths, and if you don't know these forces exist, if you don't know what's happening to you is intentional, organized, and built to break you, your chances of making it out are slim. That's how it destroys people. You start believing everybody hates you, that you're a bad person, that you don't deserve love, that you're not attractive. It isolates you. It warps your mind. And when you're in that headspace, suicide starts to look like the only way out. This program is the cause of many deaths.
It's some, like I said, some crazy shit. You wouldn't think that a grown person would be getting bullied. You can't get bullied because it's like his daddy was telling him quit the job, quit the job, quit the job. But it's like at the same time he got bills, he got shit he got to pay. So it's like he can't just quit up and quit like that. His job would be more comfortable if they weren't making him uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? So it's like at the same time, do I think somebody needs to pay for what he done to himself? Yeah, hell yeah. Just because I feel like somebody needs to pay for what happened to him, because it's like if it's caught on camera, which it is, it should be caught on camera when they was bullying him. They was bullying him, and then nobody didn't want to say they were bullying him. How we know they were bullying him, his daddy spoke out to the news people and let everybody know they was bullying him. He was crying about that shit every day. Every day he'll sit up in the yard, sit in the car, and mope about it every day. How they were bullying him, pushing him over, knocking his shit down, all type of shit. So where I come from, you ain't knocking shit down. A nigga gonna get in your ass. You know not do no shit like that. So, like I said, it be certain people be knowing who to try. And be like, oh yeah, I can do them like that. But to a motherfucker who from the hood or something like that, you know it's gonna be a fight. So it's like, nah, I ain't gonna do that to him. I might talk shit. I might try to act like I'm this and that when I'm with the crew. But deep down inside, they know they a bitch. They know they a hoe. So, like I always tell y'all, bro, when it come down to you bullying me, you running your motherfucking mouth, make sure you always ready to go to war. Make sure you always ready to lose something. Make sure you ready to lose your life. Like this how, and it's sad to say it like that, but I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I gotta keep it real with y'all on my channel. Like, make sure if you a bully out there, if you at work bullying somebody, you with somebody who be bullying somebody and all that shit, and you see this video run across you, trust me, mark my words. If you bullying somebody, let this shit be another lesson learned. Y'all seen what happened to the McDonald's worker. Got stabbed to death. Now she no longer here. She can no longer be here anymore. When you bullying somebody, make sure you ready to lose your whole life. Everything. That's just like you putting everything on the line and saying, fuck my wife. If you married, that's like you saying, fuck my wife, fuck my life, fuck my kids, fuck my family, fuck them. I'm focused on bullying him or her to make them feel uncomfortable because that's what's important to me. So now you gotta use your mind and think like, damn, is me making them look bad or trying to make them look bad more important than my family, than feed my family and being here with my family? Or are they more important? So you gotta ask yourself that. Because there's a lot of folks bully folks each and every day. This shit go on every single day where somebody is bullying somebody. And you wanna be like, oh, you want everybody to think that person crazy. Nah, that motherfucker not crazy. You just provoked them. Y'all kept poking the bear. And thank God he ain't shoot a lot of y'all. He should have popped a couple of y'all ass. I ain't gonna lie. Because I know how it feel. He should have popped a couple of y'all ass. Instead of taking yourself out like I told you. I'd rather take one of y'all out or a bunch of y'all out than I take myself out. Why the fuck would I take myself out? I want to tell my story. You want to tell your story. If you getting bullied, don't kill yourself. Unalive the motherfucker. I'd rather you unalive them and tell your story on how they were fucking with you. It'll be a lesson learned for the next motherfucker to know, like, hey, y'all remember what happened to y'all better stop that shit. Leave niggas alone. That's all niggas be asking y'all. Leave a nigga alone, fool. Ain't nobody bother you. If a nigga come to work every day and they not bothering you, they not fucking with you, they don't say nothing to you, they don't come out the way speaking to you or none of that shit, why is you fucking with them for? Why you gotta constantly say something about them? Leave them folks alone, bro. Cause you ain't ready to go there. They ready to go there because you already been poking the bear. This what pushed him to do it. He ain't no killer. He was not a killer. He wasn't coming like that. Y'all provoked him. Like Tupac said, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Same shit. When you fucking with somebody, bro, you gonna make somebody get in your shit. And like I said, everybody not gonna miss, though. Everybody not gonna miss. He missed. He missed his targets. Everybody not gonna miss, though. Somebody gonna take your ass to see God. For real.
When a perpetrator dies in the line of duty, especially if it's sudden or violent, the family is kept in the dark or warned not to talk about their true circumstances. There are some claims that the families of the perpetrators receive rites of passage, benefits, favors, job opportunities, or protection in exchange for keeping quiet. Others are afraid of retaliation if they speak out. Using the Kanique Jenkins case, some families get paid off in lawsuits. This is more favorable because of two reasons. First reason being the obvious, they win the lawsuit and get rewarded whatever money they were promised, and then you never hear about them again. They don't ever talk about the situation and what happened to their loved one. If they do talk about it, it's only to receive more money and contributions of their loved one name. All you see is them living a good life. The second reason is it shows the family care and that they are willing to fight for justice of their loved one, when in all actuality it's a front because they're all in on it. They're actors. They live double lives. In the public, they're good men and women of God, but in private, they're wolves. They will continue to come for you years upon years, even after you are gone. They're nasty, unloving, wicked people. The public is their shield. That is why gangstalking is society. You just got a bunch of narcissistic Nazi killers and psychopaths on the loose running around unchecked and unbound out here in society, which is why nothing is funny anymore. Nobody go out and play anymore. unless they are instructed to. Now, continuing on with Tyra, I want to share with you a video about her experience, and this is going to be a bit tedious for me because she got a lot of videos that's 20 minutes to 30 minutes long. I would really like to add all the videos, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is break down only the important parts and give input and insight so that we'll better understand her situation. So let's get to it.
I have come to the conclusion that God doesn't exist here on earth in the way we think he exists. I think this world is way too evil, way too wicked. Honesty has no place here. Truth has no place here. Morals have no place here. I think this world is truly, truly evil and evil only. It was set up by evil men, wicked people, corrupt people, and honestly, I think the separation between God and man is that God, this is my theory, God cast us down here to earth to live, to see that we really don't have things figured out as much as we think we do. I think only two places exist, two realms, which is with God and without God. So I think without God is here on earth, like what we can see, you know, the universe itself that is unfolded right before our eyes, like what we see. And with God is what we can't see, and it's not here on earth. It's in another place. It's in a place perhaps far away that we can't see, we can't hear, we can't touch. I think the world is being run the way it is because man meaning men and women, like the man that's in the Bible, it says God created man. I think we know what we're doing, but we really don't. I don't think we know what we're doing at all. And ever since I went into the church, I have been trying to find purpose, and I've been trying to find the reason why I'm here, and I've come to the conclusion that life is pointless. There is no purpose. We have just been indoctrinated to breed like animals, to have children. The government, the rulers of the world, those are the people who set life up this way. That's why life is so difficult. It's so hard because it was only set up and designed for a few people to be on top and stay on top, and for most of us to suffer. No matter how much I look on this world, I don't see any good. I don't see any mercy. I don't see any salvation. It's all just one big hoax. It's just an illusion. And the nice people, the people that you think are nice and good and kind, they're really not. They're probably pretending, you know. Yeah, I have come to the conclusion that God does not exist in this world the way we think he does with Jesus, and something is not right.
You can tell she feels something is wrong. Even the look she gives, you can tell the program got her unfamiliar with the world she in. She can describe it, but she don't know the name and where it's coming from. And that's the beginning stages. I can see the beginning stages and what's going on. Like, you know, when you first come into the truth, you have your spiritual awakening, but it's like you have a concussion at this point because your reality has been shattered. So you in a vulnerable position because there's many paths you can take at this point. And, you know, when the program is bombarding your life, it kind of pulls you towards death in a way. When all it takes is one person in that stage to be like, yo, you're being targeted because your gifts, this and this and this and that. They can save you. They can save you. And unfortunately, she was just too far gone to hear anyone. And plus the people around her were set up. And you're going to hear it in the next video. You know, she was saying her dad is a Freemason and she was in a failed relationship. And, you know, when you have sex with these strangers, these people, you know, these spirits cling on to you and you bond with these people and, you know, they can bring curses in your life and stuff like that. So we're going to go into that one. But like I said, these videos are pretty long. So I'm going to try to simplify the best ones that, you know, better explain her situation.
So basically, I graduated university in 2020 during COVID. I started working at the audit firm in 2020. I worked there until 2022. Then I left in I think it was January or February 2022. January. Anyway, 2022 to 2023. No, I did the whole modeling. You know, me venturing, trying to achieve my dreams. Did the whole pageantry thing, and then 2023. No. I was in a struggling, failing relationship, and I wasn't working at the time, and I decided that I need to leave this person, and so I started looking for a job. Got a job in 2023 September. Then I went on my spiritual journey because I don't know, I felt like I just did everything I could in life and I just couldn't figure out, as I said, you know, my purpose and whatever. So I decided to go into the church full-fledged, devote my life to Jesus basically. And so I got baptized in December 2023 because my boss, coincidentally, was a pastor.
Yo, I want y'all to know how deep this shit is, right? Like, her whole life was controlled. Like, the churches was in on it, all this shit. Like, and I see myself in this situation because, look, like, whoever your family member is, that Mason, that pastor, whatever, this shit's so deep, bro. You gonna be being stalked by an entire church, right? Where they can, if you go look for a job, they can have a pastor from a church be your boss and have you date his son or have you date his daughter or something. Yo, this shit real. Like, yo, the way they be controlling people's lives is crazy to me. Like, I'm trying to tell you, these are communities doing this shit. Like, it be your family, it be community, it be the church. It be one big narrative that they're playing. It's like a story they're telling. But whatever their goal is for you, whether they want you to serve God or whatever it is, It's all about control.
And I was like, oh, perfect timing, you know, like I want to go on this whole spiritual journey, and you know, this is just perfect. Like I looked around at the environment and I was like, yeah, like I have a job now, I'm independent, you know, I'm not depending on a man anymore, and you know, I'm just going to give my life to the Lord, and he's going to direct me and lead me, you know, like I was excited, you know. And so as I journeyed, you know, I fasted and fasted and fasted and prayed and prayed and prayed and read the Bible, spoke with a lot of church members, you know, every single thing that they had at the church, I went to it, you know, the meetings and just everything. But a lot of stuff happened to me while I was at this church and while I was employed to this company. So at some points when I was working, like I would just start crying like uncontrollably, and I didn't understand why, and I would get sick sometimes, like just completely sick, like I can't function anymore, and I would just have to go home. You know, at one point I feared this one member in the church like so much. I don't know this man from Adam's, you know, and the fear that overtook me and overwhelmed me, it was astonishing to me because it had no basis, no grounds. Like there was just this one man in the church and I was just like afraid of him. And so like at one point I went to my boss about it, and I was like, you know what, we're going to face this like head on. And like I spoke to another one of my church members, and I told him like, let me talk to this person because I don't know why my spirit is just so much against them. I don't know them, and this just seems like madness. Like felt like I was losing my mind a little bit because I don't know this man from Adams, but yet still there was so much fear in me. I was like, no man, I have to get to the bottom of this. So I spoke to him, and then, you know, spoke to my boss also, and he kind of painted a picture of the guy and say, you know, based on his experience, there has been no skeletons in the closet. And you know, like I guess I heard him out, and I was like, all right, see, you know, I don't understand why I had so much fear towards this man, but it's fine. Like it's fine now because, you know, the air is cleared. And
they was pretty much fucking with her mind. I'm gonna show you the next clip of her talking about basically what is V2K, you know, sending the subliminal messages in her mind, making her believe that these are the words she's saying, because some people say that the voices is another person, but they can also make you believe that what you're thinking is really you thinking it. Like you can hear yourself thinking it. And this is what gets a lot of people, like it mimics you. So, you know, most people be thinking like, man, why is some people able to discern what's them thinking and not thinking? They like, they ask the question, why am I thinking these things? Not, I've been thinking this. Why am I thinking this? It's not me. Some people are able to separate and some people ain't able to separate, but she was definitely getting her mind played with these weapons. I think the church was in it, her boss was in on it, but just listen to what she was saying in this clip.
Boy, I'm fighting for my life over here. I feel like I need to go out and do something because my mind is trying to kill me. And if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys. Every day I get up, My mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. I am fighting for my life. Where do these thoughts come from? I don't know. I have no idea. They're my own thoughts, but do I want to be having them? No. Do I want to die? I mean, it would be easier, you know, than having to deal with the ups and downs of life, but boy, I don't know, but all I know is right now I'm fighting for my life. And right now I'm just trying to do anything I can that will either distract me, I don't know, give me temporary motivation. I don't know. But I love running, and so I'm going to go to the gym, get a day pass, and just run for a little while, and hopefully whatever depression or whatever suicidal thoughts I have will go away and like leave me alone for a little bit. No man, but I'm in a crisis. I'm fighting for my life over here. This is so crazy. I wonder how many other people go through stuff like this. And I wonder why, like, I don't know, I can't quite pinpoint, you know, like why am I thinking all of these things all of a sudden? It's like, oh my gosh, my hair has grown, man. My hair has definitely grown. But I can't understand why. It's like there's two different me's. One of them wants me to live, and one of them wants me to die. They want me to die. Eh? It's me against me over here. Me against me. Me against me. Occurrences like happened that I don't really understand. Almost like I would get injured, but injured in a way that was just weird. Like my toe almost got completely ripped off like one time. Man, like, I don't want to sound too suspicious or too much like a conspiracy theorist, but like my ex, the same guy that I was with and like the relationship was failing, he's very, what would you say, vindictive, and boy, like, he seems like the type that would do literally any single thing to not lose in life. Like, even if it means doing maybe like some spiritual harm or like some witchcraft or something. Anyway, that's just me kind of summing him up. But anyway, yeah, like I would just get injured in the weirdest ways possible, and at one point I just thought it was this man that was attacking me, and so I tried to get rid of every single thing that might have tied me to him. So like, he bought me a lot of stuff, like a lot of clothes, and he really funded me when I was going through the pageant. And so like, I got rid of everything, like all the clothes he got me, every single thing. There's somebody at my door. I got rid of everything, but then I don't know, like, combined with the whole church thing, I think I was taking it way too seriously. Like, I not only gave away all my stuff. Like, I tried to delete my life before I got baptized, like delete every single thing. So like I went on social media, it's like I was doing this whole cleaning, complete cleaning. Like I was taking this whole reborn, born from above thing way too seriously. It's like I deleted my group photos, I deleted my Snapchat, my Instagram. Like I was trying to erase, basically, the old me, like completely wipe her off the face of the planet and just like start fresh, because I thought that Jesus was just going to I thought I was supposed to do away with the old me and start fresh. But I did literally everything. I tried to be perfect. I did every single thing the Bible said to do. I did it all. And then, lo and behold, someone from my past, an ex-lover of mine, like at the time, I called him the love of my life. He came back into my life, and honestly, I thought it was God, like, calling him to me and like finally bringing us together. And I thought we were going to get married and just have children and live happily ever after. But that was the furthest thing from the truth. Like, this man came back into my life and treated me so badly, and I was abstaining, because the Bible says you shouldn't, no sex before marriage. Like, I was abstaining the entire time from I got baptized. Even from before I got baptized, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this for the Lord. And like, my body now belongs to the Lord. So I was like, no more sex. But in the name of love, or for the sake of love, I gave this man my body. When he came back into my life, I slipped and I slid, because I ended up smoking weed again, like listening to dancehall, every single thing that I did before I went into the church. Like, I started doing it again. And it wasn't like me doing it because I was angry or anything. It was just me doing it because, like, I started to remember who I was, and I'm like, why would I want to do away with who I truly am, like, at my core? Why? I don't understand. Like, I guess I was confused at this point. I was like, am I supposed to just change myself completely and be a new person? Or is it that I should just 100% be who I am, and like, because I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, like, he will save me, like, because of that I'm saved? Honestly, there's a lot about this whole Jesus thing that I really don't understand. But basically, I fell back into my old ways. Oh, Lord have mercy. How do I even say this? Help me, Lord, help me. So, I basically got a job, a commercial gig. I normally get these commercial gigs, but this one was a little bit different. in the sense that I believe I was being tested somehow. It sounds weird, but it was almost as if I was in a game or some form of orchestrated world where the people around me were a part of something, and they were trying to show me stuff, like open my eyes to certain things. Like it felt very set up. There were a lot of clues and like messages, and even like the people, they would say something and I'm like they were signaling to me. I feel like I'm going to sound crazy, but I feel like it needs to be said, because I feel like they tried to make me go crazy. Whoever, by they I mean whoever orchestrated this whole thing, you know? Like, I would be looking at a person and I could tell that they knew somehow that I was looking at them, and they were doing things because I was looking at them. I don't want to sound like a crazy nut job, but guys, this is actually what happened. And like, even there was a person there while I was on the job, and I can't even explain this. But basically, I feel like I was being tested, guys. Let's just call it that. I was being tested. Like, they tested my knowledge, and I was basically exhausted by the end of the activities. You know, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be painted as a lunatic, because up to now I still don't understand a lot of the stuff that happened while I was on that job. But anyway, man, I'm remembering some things that I saw even after the job was finished. Some things like at my house, some things out of this world, guys. Completely out of this world. I can't even say them. It feels illegal to say what I saw. And I know it sounds like I'm a crazy person right now, and it sounds like I'm a bit of a lunatic, but I'm not crazy. And someone or something tried to open my eyes to see, and open my ears too, to just a whole other world. Anyway, let me not go on and ramble. But basically, after I got this job, I was really, really sleep deprived. I got home at like after 3 a.m, and I didn't get much sleep, and then I got up, went to work. So I was already in a state of mind. And guys, I'm just going to say exactly what happened. I felt compelled when I was at work to get up out of my office and go on this treasure hunt at my office. Like, I don't know if it was sorcery or witchcraft, or maybe I really was just losing it briefly. Like my psychiatrist says, it was psychosis. But basically, I went out to the office and I was looking at these signs, and it's almost like it was telling me where to go. So like, I would go upstairs, and then I'd talk to this person, and then I'd go downstairs and I'd talk to another person. It's just pure madness. Anyway, And again, you know, like the people that were at my office or that were in the building, it seems as if they were a part of it, because like I would go to one room and they would be like talking to me, and then I'd get a clue from them as to where to go next. And it's almost like they were helping to direct me. I don't know what it was. Guys, this sounds like pure madness. And then there were like some items like hidden all over the building, and I don't know what it was, but I just found them. Like, for example, on top of the roof. Or is it the roof? Yeah. There were like some hidden ping pong balls, and there was a ping pong table. Like, I took up the balls and I put them in the room. Boy. And then at the end of it, there was like a helicopter like circling. There was a helicopter circling and like signaling to me. Just one bag of madness. One bag of madness. Almost like I was being led to lose my mind. I was downstairs, like at the bottom of the complex, and guys, long story short, everybody tried to convince me that I was losing my mind, and they were like, oh Tara, you're not well. And this one guy that works like in the complex, in the office beside me, he was like, oh Tara, you should come with me and like let me take you home or whatever, like you're clearly not well. And I was like, no, I don't want to go with you, go away. And then somehow my family ended up at my workplace. Who called them? I don't know. My family was there and they were like, Tyree, you're not well, come with us. And I was like, what? Like, how did you even get here? No, like, I don't want to come with you. I don't understand. None of this is making any sense to me. And like, I knew the whole treasure hunt crap, it wasn't making any sense to me either, but I don't know if it's a spell or what, but I felt like I had to just go through it. Like, there was no way around it but to just go through it and see where I ended up, basically.